All right, so in today's video, we are going to be reviewing this Milwaukee M18 fuel grinder. This is a 4.5-inch to 6-inch, wheel capacity, and it retails for about $249. This is the tool-only option, 3670-20, but you could get them in different configurations depending on the season. Sometimes you get a little, discounts or little options with, batteries and things like that. Now, this one, like I mentioned, $249 retail. You could get them online or you could get them at your local stores. This one's got the Power State brushless motor with up to 9,000 RPMs. It does have a rapid stop option, which is very, very nice. It weighs about 5.3 pounds and it has a 5-year warranty on the unit itself. You do have up to generating of 13 amps on a regular grinder, which is what Milwaukee states that is equal to. Milwaukee states that you could do about 135 cuts of 1/2-inch rebar on an 8-amp battery. It does have a electronic clutch for kickback protection. It comes with a anti-vibration handle that you can put left or right, and you do have an overload protection circuit also, so it could give you longevity on your tool. So we are going to be checking out all the options, the pros and the cons, take it out for a little test run, and it does come with a shroud and it does come with a tool. So like I said, this is the tool only option, and you could also get it in the paddle switch setup, which is like this, or you could get it the on and off switch, or you could get it with a paddle switch with the 1-key option. So there's many configurations of these grinders that you could get from Milwaukee, and we're gonna go over all the details. So with that said, guys, if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Don't forget to like and follow and check out some of our links. They do help out the channel. All right, so let's see what comes in the box. All right, so you have your side handle. Very, very nice quality. You do have a little damper vibration there, so ease of use and comfort. Really like that. This is your adjustable dust shroud for protection. You always want to use this. You also have the accessory that you can buy for the unit that has the vac option, and the one to do the actual floor grinding with also the vacuum option. So I'll put some of those links if you want to check those out. You do have the tool, comes with the unit. And last but not least. All right, so it also comes with this little list of all the tools that they have, which obviously you can see online, and you do have your manual with the different models that they have available, and basically your instructions on how to use the tool. So in different languages, which is pretty standard. All right, so let's go ahead and put it all together. If you want to put the dust cover shroud on here, all you have to do is remove your threaded adapter, and it goes in one way. You do have one option, okay? And once you push in a little bit, and then you go either left or right. All right, so then you got to put your adapter back on. Put whichever desired wiggle you want on there. Thread it. Okay. You're gonna have to press your lock for your shaft. And sometimes what I do, if I don't have my tool available, I go like that, or obviously you use your tool, you tighten it up. Okay. So then very easy to adjust your shroud cover. Just go around, pick whichever one you want, and back and forth. Now you also have an option to remove this extra cover right here. You have 2 little tabs and the sides, and you could go ahead and remove the cover, and you can have it more open feel to it. It's easier to remove the wheel also. All right, so depending on which way you want. All right, so to install the handle, super easy. Pick the side you want, and you're pretty much good to go. Feels nice and gooey. It has a great heavy duty feel to the tool. Okay. All right. You also have a dust cover here for protection. Take it out and clean it. All right. Very easy to install and remove. Goes right back on. It locks in. And you're pretty much good to go. Has these little tabs right here, so you could put it upside down like that. All right. You don't scratch the tool as much. And it has a fantastic feel to the trigger. So you always got to push forward on the little tab, and then you're able to, hit the trigger. You definitely don't want to stick it in your toolbox. This thing turns on by itself, then you're going to have some issues. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and install the battery, see how it feels. All right. You got an under 2-second stop. Right, you don't have a variable trigger. It's basically on or off. All right, so you're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Grab your handle, depending on which way you're gonna do it. And that's pretty much it. Very nice. All right, so other accessories you could use are, the ones that actually screw in into the spindle. So you could remove your adapters and, use the 5/8-11 thread, and any of these accessories will screw in to the spindle. And you're pretty much, ready to, rock and roll, depending on if you want to use a wire brush with the same thread or any other type of accessory. So, which is pretty standard. All right. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and try out the 5-inch concrete grinding wheel with the Milwaukee tool. It is a 5-amp battery we're gonna be using on it. I tried it with a 7-inch, concrete wheel, but it would turn off, in about a minute. We'll kind of go into protection mode. So we are gonna try out this 5-inch. I tried the 7-inch with my old Ryobi plug-in grinder, and it started smoking after a bit. So I know that it was putting a lot of stress on it. So I know you could get the actual shroud for it. I don't do this every day, so I'm not gonna buy the shroud for the Milwaukee, and you could get some aftermarket ones if you want. So we are gonna be trying the detail. This is, more of a fine cut for the wheel. So we're gonna try out on this little terrace that I have here, and see how it performs with the 5-amp battery. So let's get right to it. Don't forget your protection. I'm gonna put a little mask on. Make sure that you don't wanna be breathing in any of that dust in there, especially if you're not using the actual shroud. All right, let's see how it performs. Got the quick stop on it, pretty nice. So let's keep on trying. All right, so there you have it. Fantastic. It's actually pretty good balance. It does have plenty of power. It's relatively quiet. The motor's actually pretty quiet. So it feels fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop my little ear protections on and keep on grinding and see how far the battery will go. All right, so let's stay tuned. All right, so we're going to be using a 6-inch cutting wheel with a fully charged, brand new 5-amp battery. I don't have an 8-amp battery, which Milwaukee states that it'll do 135 cuts of 1/2-inch rebar. So we are going to be using 1/2-inch rebar with the 6-inch cutting wheel with a brand new fully charged M18 5-amp battery. See how many cuts we could get and see how reliable the tool is. All right, guys, so final thoughts on this grinder. It's a fantastic grinder. It's one size up from the smaller one. So, you do run up to the 6-inch cutting, wheels. This is actually the single wheel that I started. I did about 63 cuts of the 1/2-inch rebar with a 5-amp battery, fully charged, brand new. And, it had an average of about 10 minutes of working time. And, not bad. Very, very powerful. It is, like I said, it's one step up from the smaller, grinders. I did use a 5-inch concrete grinding wheel, like you saw in the video. It didn't last very long. This thing spins about 9,000 RPMs. So if you are going to be doing, grinding floors with concrete wheels, definitely will get a plug-in, or unless you have, a small job and you have plenty of batteries. I had the same issue with the DeWalt grinder that I have. Lasted about the same, with the 5 amp batteries. So like I mentioned, this thing, it's, heavy duty. It's great for cutting. It's got a ton of power. It didn't budge at all. I definitely recommend the grinder, especially if you have the Milwaukee platform with the M18 batteries. If you, depending on the job, obviously, if you want to be doing bigger jobs, then you need a lot more power. Then you need to look at, the next level. So the unit is, like I said, very powerful. It's a relatively, decent weight for this setup right here. And, if you have any questions or comments, you know what to do. Don't forget to like and follow. Check out some of our links. They do help out the channel. I'll see you guys on the next review.